Fire Emblem Fates is the 14th installment of the Fire Emblem series. Fire Emblem series is a long-running, turn-based strategy series which incorporates a lot of JRPG elements such as relationship building and romance and leveling up. But is it fun? Is it good? Find out in 5 minutes. Note that for this review, I'll be using clips only from the Conquest path of Fire Emblem Fates. So enjoy! Now, let's talk about the weakest aspect of this game. The weakest aspect of this game is the story. The story takes place in the land of Hoshido and Nor, where Hoshido, a more fantasy Japanese looking culture, is at war with Nor, which is a more medieval European looking culture. You play as character Korin, who has both relations in Nor and Hoshido, and finds he or herself at odds with both parties. Early in the game, you have to make one of 3 choices. Do you choose the path of birthright and side with Hoshido, the land you were born in? Or the path of conquest, which is siding with Nor, the land that raised you up? Or do you choose the path of revelations, where you try to uncover the secret between the conflict between Nor and Hoshido? All this has a hallmarks of an intriguing story, except that Fire Emblem Fates really drops the ball on this one. For example, there is a land that Korin visits regularly that he cannot talk about in either Nor or Hoshido, or he'll disappear. So this part is used to cover up the fact that this land is made to be a secret unknown to both the royals of Nor and Hoshido. But there's very little justification of it, and Fire Emblem Fates should have done a better job in trying to link this conflict together. Majority of the cast are also one note, such as Perry, who is one note is to that she loves killing and loves killing and loves killing, and that's about it. Now let's talk about presentation. Being on the 3DS, the game does make use of both the upper screen and the lower screen. The lower screen is mainly used to present stats, and the upper screen is used to present the actual combat. So it does make full use of both screens. While the graphics and character models are a bit blocky, just note that this is from the 3DS, so it was considered for its time quite good. And the sound quality is awesome too. Now let's talk about gameplay. While most of the time will be spent in combat, there's also a lot of side activities for you to do. So for now, I'm like waking up Baruka from her sleeping by rubbing her face, forming friendships between Camilla and Keaton, or even walking around to collect resources and upgrade my base. So there are many things you can do other than combat in Fire Emblem Fates. However, the bread and butter is ultimately still the combat. Now the combat, the game can be really challenging, especially in Conquest mode. The challenging part about Conquest mode is that there's limited number of battles, so you cannot upgrade your characters indefinitely, unlike Revelations or Birthright. That said, that is part of the charm of Conquest. Because Conquest modes put so many challenges on you, the maps and every victory you get gives you a great sense of satisfaction. Furthermore, Conquest also presents a greater variety of maps and mission objectives. In my opinion, Conquest is the superior of the 3 paths that you can take in terms of gameplay. Birthright, although it has the easiest of the routes, tends to be the most boring in terms of mission objectives, so it's the weakest in terms of gameplay among the 3 paths. Whereas for Revelations, tends to be the middling, where it has some variety of mission objectives, but you don't feel as challenging as the Conquest mode, and therefore you don't feel as a great sense of achievement when you complete a map in Revelations. So overall, what do I give Fire Emblem Fates? I will give Birthright 6.10, Conquest 9/10, and Revelations 8.10. I will go as far as to say that Fire Emblem Fates, the Conquest mode, is my most favorite Fire Emblem game in the entire series that I've played so far. Bear in mind, I have played Fire Emblem Engage, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. I also played Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. But by far, Fire Emblem Conquest is my favorite game. With that, thank you for listening to this review. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. This is the 5-Minute Reviewer signing off, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you everyone.